Hi everybody, this is Shah from Math Concepts. Subscribe to my channel and share my videos if you'd like to watch more of Math Concepts. Let's jump in. Today we'll be seeing multiplying or dividing numbers ending in zeros. So let's go to the first question. 60 multiplied by 20. You need not multiply the normal way like this, 0 multiplied by 0, 0 multiplied by 6 is 0. No, this is not the quickest way of doing it. Your answer might be right, but this is not the quickest method. So I'm here to tell you how to do it super quick. So if you are posed with a question, 60 multiplied by 20. First, you have to count the number of zeros in each number you are given. How many zeros are there in this number? There is 1 0. How many zeros are there in this number? There is 1 0. Okay. Now you have to multiply leaving the zeros in the question. That means 6 multiplied by 2. 6 multiplied by 2. 6 multiplied by 2 is 12. Write that answer. Now it is time to deal with the zeros. There is 1 0 in this number and 1 0 in this number. And since we are dealing with multiplication, you have to add the number of zeros. 1 plus 1. So makes 2. So that means you have to write 2 zeros behind your answer. So in multiplication with questions involving numbers ending with zeros, you have to add the number of zeros. 1 0 from here and 1 0 from here. Add them 1 plus 1, which makes 2 zeros. So we have written 2 zeros behind the multiplication answer. Let us move on to the next question. 650 multiplied by 10. So, first you have to count the number of zeros in each question. This number has 1 0. This number has 1 0. Now it is time for your multiplication of the numbers excluding the zeros, leaving the zeros. So, 65 multiplied by 1. So 65 multiplied by 1 is 65. Now it is time to deal with your zeros. 1 0 from this number and 1 0 from this number. So 1 in multiplication, add the number of zeros. 1 plus 1. So that makes 2 zeros. So write 2 zeros behind your multiplication answer. Moving on to the next question. 60 multiplied by 2. Here I have 1 0. In this number I don't have any 0. So that is 0 zeros. Time to multiply. 6 multiplied by 2 excluding the zeros. So 6 multiplied by 2 will be 12. And now it is time to deal with your zeros. It is multiplication. So you have to add the number of zeros. 1 plus 0, which is 1. So 1 0 you are supposed to write after your multiplication answer. So the answer for 60 multiplied by 2 is 120. Moving on to the next question. 2500 multiplied by 300. Count the number of zeros. 1, 2. There are 2 zeros in this number. Count the number of zeros in the next number. 1, 2. There are 2 zeros in this number. Now we have to multiply excluding the zeros. So 25 multiplied by 3. 25 3 times is 75. Now it is time to deal with the zeros. You have to add when it comes to multiplication. You have to add the number of zeros. So 2 plus 2 makes 4 zeros in your answer. So write 4 zeros in your answer. So this will be the multiplication answer of 25 2500 multiplied by 300. Now moving on to questions which involves division of numbers having zeros. So same way we have to count the number of zeros in each number. 1 0 is in the first number and 1 0 is in the second number. I had told you earlier that you have to add the number of zeros in multiplication. But in division, you are supposed to subtract the number of zeros and do the division separately. So, I will do 21 divided by 3 separately. That will be 21 divided by 3 will be 7 because 7 3s are 21. And it is time to deal with your zeros. In division, subtract the number of zeros. 1 minus 1, which is 0. That is 0 zeros. I am not supposed to write any 0 after my number. So this is my answer. 210 divided by 30 is 7. Moving on to the next question. 210 divided by 3. Count the number of zeros in each number. 1 0 in this number and I don't have any zeros behind this number in this number. So it is 0 zeros. So I have to divide excluding the zeros. 21 divided by 3, which will be 7 because 7 3s are 21. And now it is time to deal with your zeros. In division, you have to subtract the number of zeros. So 1 minus 0, which is 1. So I have to write 1 0 behind the division answer. So this will be your final answer for 210 divided by 3 equals 70. Moving on to the next question. 2400 divided by 800. Count the number of zeros. 1, 2. There are 2 zeros in this number. How many zeros are there in the second number? 1, 2. 2. So let me divide leaving the zeros. 24 divided by 8. So that will be 8 3s are 24. So 3. Now it's time to deal with the zeros. 2 zeros for division, you have to subtract the number of zeros. Minus 2. 2 minus 2 will be 0 zeros. So I won't write any 0 behind my answer. So 2400 divided by 800 will be 3. Next question. 3200 divided by 80. Count the number of zeros in the first number. 1, 2. So 2 zeros. And count the number of zeros in second number. 1. 1 0. Do the division excluding the 0. 32 divided by 8 will be 8 4s are 32. So 4. Now it's time to deal with the zeros. 2 and 1. For division, we have to subtract the number of zeros. So 2 minus 1 makes 1. So I have to write 1 0 behind my answer. So 3200 divided by 80 is 40. Hope you understood my explanation. For more videos on math, subscribe to my channel and share my videos. Thank you.